What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I've made it back in, made my week again. Man, it's been an interesting week. The first load I carried this week, I only carried two. And the first load I carried, this happened. This is the airbag off of the steer axle on my truck. I've been told that they made a better one than this one. This is the old design. And so I'm going down the road, cruising down the road about 70 miles an hour, and I hear bang! And the front end of the truck dropped and it pulled to the right, and I said, oh crap, blew a steer tire. So got over on the shoulder and stopped, and got out and looked. It was the airbag blew out. I said, great. There's not a Volvo place anywhere near me. And so I drove this thing 300 miles. There was a Volvo place right beside the place I was going to deliver to. And so I called them the next day, because it was after hours. I called them the next day and they had one in stock. And so I pulled in there and I got it. And I'm gonna tell you guys, if you've never run into this, drove a truck with the airbags blown on the front, it's almost undrivable. It was bouncing up and down. I felt like I was riding a pogo stick or something down the road. You could not hold your foot on the gas pedal because it was bouncing so much. You either had to mash it all the way to the floor and get your speed, and then back out of it all the way to the floor, back out of it all the way down there, because you just could not hold your foot steady on the gas unless you got a really super smooth stretch of road. I did set the cruise control, and it was so rough that it would kick the cruise off. Like if you run off in the ditch, they're designed to, I guess, vibration or whatnot to disengage, and the cruise will not stay engaged because it was bouncing so much. And not very safe either, because when you come into a stop sign and they got a little bit of rough road, you couldn't keep your foot on the brake pedal. I had to use the handbrake to slow it down. But anyway, got where I was going. I went in and got a new airbag, and this old style just pops in. It's just it's plastic, and it's just held in with clips here and a quick connect airline, and then the bottom just sticks in there. But the newer one is bolted in on the bottom and two bolts on the top, more like a normal airbag on your trailer or your truck or whatever. But anyway, so I went and I got this one, and then I decided I'd go ahead and get a second one just to have on hand, and I'd probably go ahead and put it on there and take the one that's not blown out to keep as a spare, because like I say, the truck's almost undrivable. And then the second load I carried, I ran over something in the road on my way back. I was empty and blew out a tire, brand new tire. Let me show you over here on the other side. So this right here is brand new tire. It's got I think I looked it up, 37,000 miles on it, and it's on the inside. It's the front axle inside on the passenger side trailer, and you can see right here where it looks like something went into it, and right here where it ripped out, and the whole side of the tire is blown out. I'm gonna pull it off of there in a minute, and we'll take a better look at it. But anyway, I was going down the road there, and I seen something in my lane, and it was dark, and I was running about 70, somewhere in there, and I only seen it for like a split second. I'm not sure what it was, if it was a piece of pipe. It looked between 3 and 5 foot long, and I don't know, I'd say between 2 and 4 or 5 inches around. I'm not sure what it was, like if it was a piece of a pipe or a drive shaft or a piece of fence post, cribbing. I'm not sure what it was, but the second I run over it, I swerved with my truck. It was kind of on the right side, and I swerved a little bit over to try to miss it, but I guess my inside trailer tire just barely clipped it, because right after the second I went over to her, boom! I said, crap, I guess that was a drive tire on my truck, which they've got a lot more miles on them. They got over 100,000 on them. So I was like, well, I'm not even gonna stop. I didn't have enough hours on my e-log to even stop and check it. I said, I'm empty. I'm gonna roll on to the truck stop I was headed to, because I only had about 10 or 15 minutes I was gonna have to spare. So I didn't even stop and check it till I got to the truck stop I was going to. And so I got there, got out, looked at it, said, crap, that's a brand new, that's the last tire. The last 2 tires I put on was these 2 tires right here. So they got 37,000 miles on them. So anyway, between the airbags, 2 airbags, and this tire, it's about $750 that this is costing me this week. So anyway, we'll pull this off. We're gonna take a little better look at it. All right, guys, I got this tire off of here. Let me take a better look at it. I wish I knew what in the world I hit. Like I say, this is on the inside, so I guess whatever hit would have hit like down here first and went across and peeled this back. And you can see it ripped the whole sidewall out of the tire right there. It looks like it punctured. It looks like there's a puncture wound right here that went in and ripped that out. I'm not sure what it was, but I wish I hadn't hit it. But you can definitely see that something rubbed. You can see how fresh that is right there. It looks like something rubbed it and brushed up against it right there. And like I say, this happened like 1 second right after I ran over. Seen something in the road that I ran over. I'm not sure what it was. And I was empty, so it didn't have any weight on it to mount to nothing. So I'm not sure what happened. But anyway, to make the story better, the tire shop didn't have a tire in stock. So I got to go tomorrow and try to find a tire at another place. And the place that I bought these tires from originally, when I bought these, had 20 something in stock. Excuse me. But my buddy, he blew out a tire yesterday as well, before I did. And so he had called and he bought 2 of these tires, the same tires that I run, last week, because he had a set of recaps and he's had horrible luck at them. He's been blowing them out left and right. So he went and bought two new tires last week, and he's gonna go buy 2 more new tires this week. And so they showed to have 4 in stock. When he got there, they only had 2 because I wasn't gonna make it to the tire shop in time before they closed. I called him and I said, hey man, can you pick me up a tire? And I'll come by there and pay you for it and get it from you tonight when I get in. Because I was going to be, about an hour later than what he was coming back. And he said, sure. And well, they didn't have it. And then they was trying to sell him another tire. And they said, oh, we don't recommend those tires there. This is actually a steer tire. And they said, oh, we don't recommend those to run on a trailer. And that's exactly the tire that they recommended to both of us. It's been like, I don't know, 6 months ago when I bought these. And then he bought some. He's buying like 2 sets a week. He's bought some last week. He bought some this week, and he bought 2 more 2 or 3 weeks before that. Anyway, and then the guy was like, "Oh, we don't really recommend those. We don't have them in stock. We don't really recommend those. We recommend these other tires. Are $80 or $100 more." And last time it was opposite story. So we've pretty much figured out that just whichever tires they got in stock is the ones they try to sell you, and they try to talk down to every other tire. So I don't know. I've had decent luck other than whatever I ran over. I've got 60,000 miles on some of them on the other side. And like I say, these had 37. And so right at 40,000, and you see the tread on that. This one here was a mate to it. And so far so good, I guess. So anyway, he was like, well, y'all just sold me 4, the last few weeks. And the other guy said that's exactly what they recommended in the price range that, looking to spend. You want to put a $500 tire on or $600 tire on a darn trailer to be drug around. So anyway, that's, they just try to, I think they just buy whatever they can get their hands on at, half a truckload at a time or something, and they can get and then that's the tire they try to sell everybody. And then when that tire runs out, they start trying to sell something different. But anyway, they did that to me a couple times. So I'm gonna go ahead and go tomorrow and try to get another tire that matches this. I don't want to run mismatched tires, just because every other one matches. So I'm gonna go get this taken care of tomorrow. And like I say, I wish I knew what I hit. It made me feel better just to know, I guess, but I don't know, so I can't tell you. Anyway, the dude at the tire shop started trying to sell my buddy some more recaps, and as I say, he's had horrible luck with them. And he was talking to the cap guy, and these tires that he bought, they didn't even have 30,000 miles on them. Which you can put on there in 3 months if you're running. But anyway, the guy was like, oh yeah, you ought to buy some more of these. These caps are really good on their spread axle, in which the actual tread of them is great. But the casings won't hold up, and when they glue the tire or the recap on it, They come off, and you've got nothing. It blows out, leaves you side the road. He was, it done cost him one time. He had to have a road call by Love's that cost him like $600 because of those stupid recaps. He had another time that, well, take last night's for instance. He would have had plenty of time to get his load delivered and make it back and pick up another load, but because he had a blowout, he missed his next load. So you know, he's a load behind now, so it cost him the load. He went to Love's. They told him that their guy was on a road call, that it would be like 3 or 4 hours. So the guy gets back 3 or 4 hours and told him to back in the bay. And anyway, he started trying to get back in the bay, and I don't know what happened. He ran over something with another tire that was in the way or something that he didn't see, I guess, when he went to backing in the bay. I'm not sure what it was, but he sliced the sidewall on another tire backing into their bay. It didn't blow out on the spot, but he was only like 80 miles from where he had to deliver. And he said time he got right there to deliver, the tire, the sidewall on the tire was bulged out. And so, you know, you can pretty much say that was caused of a recap as well, because he wouldn't have been in there trying to back into the bay if it wouldn't have been for the recap that blew out. So anyway, they've cost him a whole lot of money with the recaps. I don't run them. I had bad luck with them. I blew out about 5 in about 3 months whenever I did have some, and so I don't buy them anymore, and that's why. But the tire guy told him, he asked him what kind of warranty they had on their recaps, and he said, oh, usually if it lasts 40 miles or so. At 40 miles, really? You're paying $200 for a recap. If it lasts 40 miles, I mean, that's what you consider good. It's quality control right there. Anyway, so we don't mess with the recaps anymore. He's still got some running on his truck, but he's just about got all the trailer tires swapped out. He's going to get 2 more next week. He'll have his problem solved, hopefully. I'm going to go find another brand new tire and put on here tomorrow, and we'll have that solved. Anyway, that's how my week has been wrapped up. I hope you guys have had a better week and tore up less stuff than me and my buddy has, because it's been one of those expensive weeks. I had tires and airbags, and he's had 2 tires. Matter of fact, he blew out 1 tire the other day, one of those recaps. He had it changed out. He made it 90 miles and blew out a second one. So if you're thinking about running recaps, you might want to give it a second thought. That's just my opinion. Some people say they have really good luck at them. I haven't had very good luck at them. So far, he used to have really good luck at them, but here lately, he hasn't had very good luck at them, so he won't be running them anymore either, so he says. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time.